this facility can offer an opportunity for people to come from all over the continent, all over the world, to get specialized services within our county. And
nilifurahi sana nilipomwona. Kawaida simpendi sana rais wa Russia, lakini wakati huu nilimchangamkia sana. Alikuwa ameshika kichupa kidogo, anasema ni vaccine ya kansa. Hicho kichupa kimetokana na utafiti wa hali ya juu sana, na nafasi kama hii ni nzuri katika kufanya hiyo utafiti, ili tusiwe tu tunawapeleka watu kupata matibabu, kuwapeleka watu kupata matibabu, lakini pia tuweze kuzuia baadhi ya magonjwa ili watu wasigharamike katika kutafuta tiba.
Where the concept notes and the proposal was designed and approved by National Cabinet and now presented to African Development Bank. That's where it is as we are talking. So in terms of where we are, I think the train has left. It's now moving. So after that has been done, and I think the presentation was very clear, that once the African Bank has now accepted that proposal, now it's financing. Now the feasibility study will come to now actualize the requirements of what good people have been explaining. So, Your Excellency, I think unless there is any other thing, there is a general consensus that level 6 is required in Bungoma. And what our energy is to say this is what we need. You have emphasized that no one would want this project. Everybody wanted this project, but Bungoma was privileged to have. And you have been told the benefits associated with these projects. Therefore, it means where we are, Your Excellency, is just now you to say this is the direction we need to pick and move forward. I think that's the point we are now.
In this important forum today, I want to take this opportunity to welcome all of us and to thank you so much for finding time to be here at this particular moment. I want to appreciate Bungoma leadership. When such a project comes to a county like this one, it's not coincidence. There is an effort that was put by some of our leaders. So I want to appreciate all the leaders from Bungoma for their input in ensuring that they lobbied for this project to be here. This could not have happened if we didn't have visionary leaders with good network. So on my own behalf, I really want to thank them so much, and also to thank our development partner for accepting to bring this project to Bungoma. I know there are so many other counties where they are crying. They would have wished that this project was taken to their areas. But as Bungoma, we are lucky, and we really want to thank them. This is a very important meeting. It is public participation. And as we all know, public participation is a constitutional requirement. So your voice on this matter, your voice really matters. And I hope we are going to share with an open mind and agree together as a people that indeed we need this project. And for sure, we cannot afford to lose such a great project that is coming to us. And as we have been told, it's coming with so many other goodies.
Yeah, to offer training. You have many doctors coming from far away, because once they come in for training, so you have doctors coming in to train in surgery. That doctor is qualified, so they will be offering services at home here. Number two, we'll also have innovations. That hospital should also strive to offer innovations within the healthcare sector, so that you become an innovation hub, you innovate and now sell evidence-based practices to the world. Bungoma County will now serve as a regional integration. We are near the borders. I think we've seen COVID, we've seen Ebola, all those. Now we'll have a center that can be able to respond to pandemics. Of course, we've talked about CSR commitments and infrastructure developments. For example, some of the benefits will be, we expect the upgrade of the Chwele, Kimilili, Kabuchai, Mount Elgon, Bungoma road network to be improved for accessibility to the facility. So once you build the facility, there needs to be infrastructure permanently, so that people can now reach the hospital, so that the hospital is accessible. That now roads do not become a barrier to healthcare access. So this hospital will come with that benefit. That even apart from the healthcare infrastructure development, there will also be road network developments within the county. And then also we expect that they will be improved and modernized satellite feeder hospitals surrounding the referral hospital. So all the other facilities within Chwele, Webuye, Kandui, and all the other sub-counties within the county need to be upgraded, need to be modernized for them to offer service. And then now only refer patients who require specialized service. So that is also an expected outcome. And then in terms of politically and socially, this project is a flagship project, not only to the Bungoma County government, but also to the national government. So it is going to demonstrate, and the project is going to speak volumes about the leadership of this county, that they have delivered this project, and this project is going to transform lives. You cannot do anything without healthcare. This is huge, politically and socially. And to the national government, it demonstrates equitable distribution of healthcare resources. For a long time, this part of the county, this part of the country has not had proper healthcare facilities. I think this will be the first one. So this is a huge flagship project which all of us should support. So the project needs a collaborative and coordinated approach from all the stakeholders for it to be successful. It needs a whole of government and multi-stakeholder approach. We are grateful for the leadership, for providing leadership for this stakeholder forum. We believe that it will not be the last one. There will be more stakeholder engagements to enable this project to succeed. Number one, the county government of Bungoma needs to acquire the land, the extra land. It needs to do stakeholder mobilization. I think this is one of them. And also it needs an enabling environment that all of us as the stakeholders of Bungoma, we need to speak in one voice because this is our project. The national government, Ministry of Health and the National Treasury, of course they are providing policy direction, they are providing financing, they are also providing technical expertise, and they are also going to provide project oversight for the project to be implemented. The development partners, that is African Development Bank and others, they are going to provide financing, technical support, and they are also going to do the monitoring. The political leadership. We need to align all the political leadership across the counties in the Western region to ensure unity of purpose and minimize political contestation. So we need to mobilize that as a political leadership, so that there is no one who is saying probably this hostel should be here or there. This hostel belongs to the Western region. And then for the local communities, the local community needs to own and support the
efforts they have made to make sure that we have this wonderful facility in our region, which will bring a lot of change economically, and even our youth will have more skills because we will have more investors coming, and our area will change to make sure that economically our people have gotten a better life, but that everything that was needed as in terms of requirements were adhered to, so that we qualify for this position. There's one thing I would like to ask, our CEC. When they were coming for feasibility study, I remember there was a requirement for Sichei Road to be tarmacked. I don't know which plans we have as a county government to make sure that all that requirement is achieved, because there were 3 requirements: phase 3, power line, water, and that's Sichei.
Let me make it clear, my opinion, because this is just a consultative forum. We have come here, and on behalf of the people of Soisambu Mitwa Ward, I want to actually echo and say that we firmly stand behind the initiative to have this facility at the place where the feasibility study was done, so that we cannot again delay in actualizing the program and the project to be implemented. As the people of Bungoma, and as a politician, I have been listening to other leaders from the region who have always stood and pronounced themselves every program and project that is of national importance coming to Bungoma. Some of the regional leaders have been against. So let us move with speed, and whoever was trying to pull this project under our feet to take it elsewhere, let it be known today that the people of Bungoma are ready. We are waiting, Your Excellency. If it begins tomorrow, we are ready to go there and witness.
I am the KMT principal, KMTC Bungoma. However, I also have the principal of KMTC Sichei. if allowed, he can also say something. Otherwise, what I want to say, that I'm actually excited to be in this county when this is happening, because we have seen Kenyatta National Hospital come up, Eldred's Hospital come up, and Kisumu, and you can see the difference. If nothing else, for health. We stand feeling very, very happy and excited as KMTC, because we train the middle-level health professionals. And now we assure that as we expand the institute, we have where our students will go, our graduates will go, and Bungoma will not be the same.
The principal came to Sichei, that is where Sichei, where the focus is. I want to say that KMTC is a place that we look into to see the quality aspect of the training. And on behalf of the board of directors led by the chair, Mr. Josiah Kiplagat, and also on behalf of the chief executive officer, Dr. Kenneth Lusaka, looking at the vision that has been envisioned for KMTC, I want to appreciate the leadership that has been put in place. KMTC focuses on a globally competitive institution for training human resource for health, and with a focus on a fit-for-purpose middle-level health professionals training through transformative training, research, and consultancy. And KMTC focuses on the 4 great pillars according to the strategic plan 2023-2028, looking at the quality training, research, innovation and consultancy, institutional sustainability, and digital transformation. Looking at all the critical pillars in our training, this project is one of the great projects that we are not just on isolation, but is anchored on the part of our training. So we produce competent health professionals not only outside but within the health facility. So having a facility of this design, we are going to have a great
constituencies and counties of Bungoma. So as BCSF, through a structured public participation and citizen consultation across the county, gathered view to inform an inclusive and evidence-based decision on the contentious issue of the hospital. First of all, the CSOs welcome and appreciate the national government for considering this Bungoma for this particular facility. So I'll be short and precise. In less than 2 minutes, I will have done my presentation, then submit our memo as will be directed. So the key findings from the public consultations: awareness about the project is 84%. Of course, leaders have talked about expected benefits, the issue of reducing the travel distance, access to cancer treatment, dialysis, creation of jobs, stronger health systems, and reduce congestion in existing facilities. So for the preferred location options, we reached to 200 respondents. Nowadays, we use technology. We use the Kobo tool to collect data. 24.5% said they prefer Bungoma town. Kiwanja Ndege 15.5%, Bungoma county referral 14%, Webuye 13%. Of course, there were other options. Kandui, Chwele, Kimilili, Musikoma, Mount Elgon, Sangalo, etc. getting 10% each. Overall, 40% response favored Bungoma town and its environment. Isarech, Kiwanja Ndege, town center. Challenges in current healthcare, I've already mentioned. What comes as first consideration, the issue of shortage of specialized services and long waiting time. So the priority services for the hospital, special like cancer, got 100%. All the respondents. Comprehensive emergency, 100%. Dialysis, 94%. Specialized surgery, 97%. Maternal health, 88%. So there's also need for additional facilities needed. The respondents say that medical training school linked to Kibabii University, this facility that we are in. Of course, blood bank, pharmacy, and reference. Then the issue of food staff, patient accommodation, and mental health. As I finish, this is our position on behalf of the people. Local decision. Prioritize public-owned land to avoid displacement and corruption issues arising out of that. On infrastructure readiness, of course we want county and national government to ensure that we have roads, tarmac, electricity, stable internet, staff housing and water. Under governance and accountability, we recommend to the national government that we establish community and CSO oversight committees. On the equity and affordability, we want strong shared integration to subsidize care for the vulnerable. Under education and regional hub potential, integrate with Kibabii University for training and position Bungoma level 6 as a regional referral hub. Call to action. County government and stakeholders make transparent, evidence-based decision on the location. National government, of course, already you have given us support and continue co-investing, staffing and equipping. Community and CSOs should stay engaged in monitoring, safeguarding lands, which is a critical issue, and accountability. For political leaders, please put aside political interests and safeguard the hospital as a public good.
We must also organize our service to be efficient and effective. We must ensure that we have research and innovation. We must ensure that we are able to finance the level 6 facility. We have had challenges in other facilities, and if you mention those including Moi, including Kenyatta, including Jaramogi, they have had issues. There must be proper legal and policy framework, especially for the linkage between the hospital and the teaching facilities. There must be an MOU with the medical school so that they will be competing for resources and human capacity. So we need to be very clear. Beyond a feasibility study, we don't just do an environmental impact assessment, we must also do a social impact assessment, because the future of the people cannot be experimented on. Beyond that, we must also be able to do a strategic roadmap. I hope the consultant is not just going to do a feasibility study. It's a whole chain of issues, including a meal framework with monitoring, evaluation, accountability, and result-based learning process. So we must put in place all that it takes for us to be a level 6, so that we are not just talking about a level 6 that is a facility without human resource, which is very critical. In our proposal, we have proposed the type of human resource that we require. We have also proposed the type of infrastructure we require. For instance, we need at least 10 operating theaters. That should be mandatory. We need a whole full-fledged oncology department. We need also a tender unit. We must have all that it takes for us to be a level 6, so that we are not like a hotel which is open with a menu but doesn't have equipment and facility. We must be what it takes. 7.5 billion must be well utilized so that we get where we want to. Our vision is to have Bungoma National Teaching and Referral Hospital that's capable of offering the highest attainable standard of teaching and referral health services.
From the civil society, today we had been invited here by the national government, together with the county government of Bungoma, on the issue of the establishment of level 6 facility within the county. And as per understanding as civil society, the pronouncement that was made by the cabinet on 29th of April was that Bungoma County Referral Hospital level 5 facility has been upgraded to a level 6 facility. So when we came here, what has been the point of discussion has been that already a decision has been made elsewhere within the leadership, within the ranks of the county, that the facility that they want to establish at level 6 is going to be at a place called Sichei in Kabuchai Constituency. We conducted our own survey as civil society before we came to this public stakeholders engagement, and the majority of the respondents have been very categorical and very clear that the ideal site for the level 6 facility should be at the BCRH. The presentations made here has been that a previous pre-feasibility study was done and various sites were visited, and Sichei was chosen as the ideal site. But to us, we still feel that the question of BCRH not having sufficient land should not arise. We have the Kiwanjandege land. Kiwanjandege land, which is 29.5 acres, was decommissioned. It's no longer now an airstrip. The airstrip was moved to Matulo in Ubuya. So it's our request that the decision that has already been made and read to us, that the level 6 facility is going to be in Matulo, is not conclusive as by the residents of Bungoma County, because we still feel that the ideal site for the establishment of this level 6 facility, medical facility, should be in Bungoma town. And at the BCRH, we have the Kiwanjandege, we have land there that where the members club is sitting. What business do we have with the Mandazi and the beer within our medical facility as it is now? So the land is available in Bungoma, and we still insist that the decision to establish the level 6 facility elsewhere should be rescinded and be taken to where the BCRH is plus the available public land.
City, because of some of the efforts and especially the investments that have come up because of more teaching and referral hospital. So I want to say that this is a very great opportunity for us to have in this county. Number two, the Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital was built by the national government with support from the US government. I also know that counties are struggling to build their own level 6 hospitals. Kakamega has done its part. Trans Nzoia has done its part. And they have been doing it using county resources. We are very lucky that in Bungoma, we have somebody that is willing to hold our hand for us to build this referral hospital. But it's not just a referral hospital. As the people of Western and as the people of Bungoma, for us to get this development, Kenya is big. As PS for industry, those of you who follow me online, in the last 3 days, I was in Machakos, I was in Taita Taveta, yesterday I was in Kiambu, we finished in Embu, then I came here, today we are supposed to be in Meru. This county is big, this country is big. We must appreciate the little development that we are getting. I see a lot of people, and I'm not criticizing anyone. We go online, we go on radio. Naona tunauliza ni nini tumepata kwa hii serikali? What have we got? And I wonder, because we have been here from 1963. In the last 2 to 3 years of this government, you know that we got the Muliro Stadium completed. For the last few years that we've had this government, you know that Matulo Airstrip has been built. What is lacking there is enough land for it to have a bigger plane. So I know we're working with the national government, with the county government, to buy land so that we can extend the runway. And we are not even working on an airstrip, we are working on an airport. You already are discussing about a level 6 These are developments, we have been here, we didn't get them. Some people say we are entitled to them. But for me, I know that in Sangalo, we are building our county aggregation and industrial park. Those of you who have been to Sangalo, now you know that the road from Sikoma to Torofu is being tarmac, contractors there. But I still hear what Dr. Juma Mukhwana has sent me to say, one, is that this is a very priority project of this government. The total project value is 7.5 billion. I don't think since independence, let me repeat, 7.5 billion. That is the project we are discussing. Since independence, we have never gotten a project of that kind. The Ministry of Health has already written the project proposal, which has been submitted to the National Treasury. What we are awaiting from National Treasury is a financing agreement between the National Treasury and the African Development Bank. And he has asked me from here, once we summarize the discussions that we have, I'll go and write a letter to him to summarize what we agree here with a copy to National Treasury and also the African Development Bank on what the people of Bungoma have said about this project so that we can proceed. In his estimation, groundbreaking should be done by March 2026. So we are looking at groundbreaking in 2026, but he has told me to say the following. One, that we have to remember that the way we presented this project, this is a national government project, meaning that the hospital being built is property of the national government. So the whole financing, building, construction, equipping, and after it's completed, the run of this hospital, the recurrent, the payment of doctors, electricity, water, will be the work of the national government. So for us, I think this will release a lot of resources which we have been using on health for us to be able to develop our level 5 hospital, which is the current referral hospital in Bungoma. So what he has said is, one, that the way we presented this project and the way the feasibility study has been done, the location is Sichei. So the feasibility study that has been done, they looked at all the other sites, and the current thinking and what he has advised is that for us to move faster, we keep it as it is. Because if we start changing, then you need a new feasibility study, and already someone has been paid feasibility study. So he has said that we keep it at Sichei. We remember that this is a national government project, so when it is completed, we will all go there for treatment, but it is not the property of Bungoma County. Everybody else will be allowed to come from across Kenya to use the hospital. So that's what he has told me to tell you. So we know that this is so construction will be 2 years. So he says if we break ground in March, so from there by March 2028 the project will be completed. All the funds for this project are available. So it's the National Treasury, and we are going to really try and move faster so that we can complete this. The only request, small request, which I think the CEC for Health mentioned, is the 11 acres. I think as the leaders from here, you know that we have 39 acres. We need an additional 11 acres. So as government, I think, and the county assembly is here, I think if we can fast track procurement of the 11 acres so that this hospital can meet the national and international standard for which it has been designed.
Tumesema hapo ndani ni itakarimu 7.5 billion. Proposal imeshatekelezwa, sasa hivi tunangojea financing agreement kati ya National Treasury na African Development Bank. Tunatarajia ya kwamba ground breaking tutafanya mwezi wa March 2026 na itachukua miaka 2 kujenga, so we hope that by March 2028 sisi tutakuwa na level 6 hospital hapa Bungoma.
What we are discussing here is a setup of a completely new level 6 hospital. I came a bit late, but I was following the presentation by the gentleman who was here. From the presentation, I think the elephant in the room is where this level 6 facility will be domiciled, whether it's in Bungoma town or in Sichei. That is the elephant in the room, and I expected the person from Kemri to have enlightened us much more. But from what I followed and my experience in dealing with World Bank projects, before World Bank agrees to fund a program, they must provide pre-funding conditions. From the presentation here, I hope that one came out clear. The preconditions are the one that determines that Bungoma gets, Kakamega doesn't get, Bungoma doesn't get, it doesn't go to Busia, but it's in Bungoma. So means Bungoma, we met the preconditions. Number 2, before World Bank commits funds to fund a project, they also do two important documents. Number 1, they have to carry out a feasibility study. Now, on the headline of the feasibility study, the name of the place is appended. Number 2, they do what we call environmental impact assessment to see whether this project, the positive impacts, do they outweigh the negative impacts, or it's vice versa? And if it's vice versa, then the project doesn't continue. So where does the feasibility study that was conducted, was it for Bungoma or was it for Sichei? That is a question which, before we leave here, it must be clear. Once that one is clear, then the next point will be that before we leave here, we should be told what will happen to the project proposal if the feasibility study approved Bungoma and we are taking it to Sichei, or if the feasibility study approved Sichei and we are bringing the project to Bungoma. What will happen from there? And before we leave here, as people from Bungoma, we also need to have a clarification on whether our role as stakeholders falls within the definition of a term called factors official. Factors official means that our decision is not binding, because World Bank is not the government of Kenya. World Bank has got their own conditions, which if you don't satisfy, even as a country or as a county, they can take this project elsewhere. So Your Excellency, before we leave here, we must be clear in our mind whether our opinion can matter or our opinion and actions falls within the definition of factors official. So I rest my case.
There have been some misconception where some people think that by putting up a new level 6 hospital in Sichei, they are actually moving Bungoma County Referral Hospital from Bungoma to that place. Bungoma County Referral Hospital will continue to be where it is now, and it will continue to offer the services that they are offering, and in fact, it will even improve, it will even be more equipped. So by putting this level 6 hospital at Sichei, the people of Bungoma should have nothing to worry, because it's going to open up that area. And I think in the long run, the road from Bukembe to Sichei and joining the road from Chwele to Kimeli, I think it will be tarmacked. And that is a central place. Sichei is accessible from Tongaren, from Elgon, from Sirisia, from Webuye, from Kabuchai, and from Bumula. So there is nothing wrong. We should stop bringing politics in anything. And I know for a fact that we got this project because of the interest of the people who are in charge of the Ministry of Health at that time. And because now we have a change, we have a new minister, we should be very careful that if we attempt to change it from Sichei to elsewhere against the African Development Bank conditions, maybe the current minister might decide to take it elsewhere. Because the interest comes from the word politics. Politics in Latin means political, means you pull to where you come from.
Having been a speaker, reading the mood of the House, is that we are in agreement that we need a level 6. Yes. And we are also agreed that a lot has already happened, and let us now move on. I can assure you, Dr. Mutoro, I can assure Professor Dr. Nukuri that this thing is going to be run by professionals. They have already started doing it. Let's not worry about the theaters and all that. It's not the first level 6 that is going to be built in the world. There are standards that have already been set, and the standards will be met. African Development Bank is very clear on the standards that need to be met for it to be even commissioned and for it to work. So I think from today onwards, we have been told where we are now rolling on. And we have been told by the PS that the groundbreaking will be in March. So a lot is going to happen between now and March, and we look forward to the groundbreaking and eventually taking off as a level 6. I will be the proudest man that this is happening during my time as a governor. I know it will be open in 2028 when the next governor will be there. We hope that you will also remember who went to look for the cow.
Ya level 6 kuja ni kwamba wagonjwa wengi ambao wamekuwa na matatizo ya ugonjwa ambao hawezi kutibiwa kwa haraka kama kansa na zingine, ugonjwa huo sasa utashughulikiwa katika level 6. Ya pili, tutakuwa na specialists ambao watakuja, wale madaktari ambao wamesomea masuala hayo. Utakuwa na training, na pia itawasiliana sasa na Kibabii University, kwa sababu tayari kuna kitengo ya Kibabii University, pia itawasiliana na Kibabii University kuwa na courses nyingi, na pia kuna MTC pale ambayo pia itahusika kwa ukaribu sana na hospitali hii ya level 6.